Obusia for need you kwanse makwa bason kwa de be media GH so obusia mama ya we say anytime he dey be share be na political issues a etwa gutiti trending ones no na de be so my platform so and dia na aba abusia na na do akofo ado ene the parliamentarians both the minority and the majority no ekopie mu ewo eye parliament na nsem a ode atudwa no se ohia eye 150 million enti omo enye na omo approve emfa ema no because ohwe senia enioma esi ekona ohia sika no urgently sika na emergency money a ohia se ode beye bibi ede aboa eye oman Ghana abusia we no this asem we ede atudwa na eye minority leader eye keso to forcing sorry na nsem a ochem ni na se enye ene ha nanado wo ye dikan approve eye 200 million ede amount 200 million no edian ena wo de eye ya fra wo so say by account for size canon so a chese wo mampo no wayi scano ano scano ye ni nya wo discano ede ye what's aba biem say ye approve eye 150 million emfa amount na wo hia sika no urgently we ena keso ato forcing e kire mu say dia ena ye urgent essence say wo man for no mo to abane ede amount eye Ghana for no omo ewo ohamu omo ebre sese Ghana ni entumi didi eye 3 times a day Ghana ni a oye business na dwuma egu Ghana ni a eja ote eye aboso kan ya of okra enoma ede eban because of dollar rate to cedi no entim sese omo adwuma no omo hu ne omo eye omo haje se Ghana fo ebre ohaw ne amane a Ghana fo ewom no aban no wo de enfa ho na loan no ena wani esi so say ye approve enfa ma anya de be approve ne ne approve no ochena ede ama because dia na ye emergency echani a nkofo a omoto aba no ema no ne how a omo efa abusia ode ne nsamade atudwa ena ye afenyoma kense ono so ye majority leader esore ya chese ono so ade ne de atudwa sa aban na aboka ye pa because wo hwe covid na ebaye ene sese ye okasai aban atumi atua eye contractors over 6 billion as sese oman no enis kanti sa 150 million ya aban pese ye fa emano na ya de a omo entumi approve enfa manabusia ene enye fadi agro ewo eye parliament wo ni na ma eye senator Rollins kura ebe mu obe short eye afenyo markets da abra na okeka ensem bia se onya eye minority no kasetia abusia mempesa mekasa ebewa ani die kwan so eha eye be media GH en de dika wani etwa e channel so answer den say me die kwan so be se subscribe dia my no sabo notification bell no so e de amaya abusia yempesa kasa be tintin yentie ensem no mu enchire mu ne esi ye ne ba ye no nti minority ene majority e de abom ewo eye parliament enya asem keto yebi ni asawadun chebi adarama ya kire ya adwen medase
item on the other paper today for us to consider. And the Speaker, again, we have also seen on the other paper the approval of the second tranche of the 150 million Garrett Ida loan facility. But may I ask, Mr. Speaker, how is the approval of the minister nominees for positions of ministers and deputy ministers become an urgent matter for a government that has already been seen as the largest government in the Fourth Republic? So, Speaker, how is the approval of 150 million loan an urgent issue when the 200 million for phase 1 approved by this same House has been misapplied and not been accounted for? So, Speaker, let me also ask, how is it an urgent matter for this House to approve a 150 million loan when this same House has been called upon to approve tax exemptions worth $450 million at the same sitting? Therefore, Mr. Speaker, we want to make the point clear that there is nothing urgent before this House to warrant this recall. Right, Honorable Speaker, the urgent matter facing the people of Ghana today, particularly business and households, is the free fall of the Ghana cedi. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that concerns everyone. The depreciation of the cedi should be an urgent issue for all of us, Mr. Speaker. Today, $1 is 15 cedis, 30 pesos. Mr. Speaker, that is an urgent matter that we should be called upon to discuss. Mr. Speaker, the steep depreciation of the Ghana cedi has resulted in an escalating prices of goods and services. This development is worsening the plight of the ordinary Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, The ordinary Ghanaian is suffering, and action must be taken now. Mr. Speaker, businesses and traders, particularly at Abosokan, Okenshi, Makola, Malamata, Keta, and Kejetia, Mr. Speaker, and many other places, are wailing about the free fall of the city. Mr. Speaker, this is eroding their capital and impacting their ability to restock, Mr. Speaker, and service their loans. Right, Honorable Speaker? This is an urgent matter that we should all be concerned about, and a quick action must be taken to resolve the rapid depreciation of our local currency. So, Speaker, let me say that our hearts go out to those servicing their mortgage in Ghana, obviously, while they earn the Ghana cedi. Our heart also goes out to traders who are unable to restock and have lost their capital as a result of the free fall of the Ghana cedis. The Speaker, again, our heart goes out to the people of Ghana who are going through excruciating hardships as a result of the free fall of the Ghana cedis. So, Speaker, the NDC minority feels your pain.
Okay, so Doctor.
We feel your pain, we feel your pain, your pain, the anguish and the sleepless nights as a result of the rapid depreciation of the Ghana cedis. The Speaker, again, under the watch of His Excellency, the President and the Vice President. Yes, Mr. Speaker, these issues, these major issues, are not slated as an item for us to discuss. Mr. Speaker, clearly, government has lost its way. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, let me say, today, food prices have gone through the roof. Many of our compatriots are unable to put food on the table for their families. Over 1 million Ghanaians, Mr. Speaker, according to the Ghana Statistics Service, are likely to face food insecurity between June and August of this year because of the rising food prices. Mr. Speaker, food inflation is about 48% in Ghana today, ranked as the 5th in the world with the highest food inflation. Yet, this is not slated as an urgent matter. Mr. Speaker, today, many people have parked their cars because they are unable to afford the astronomical prices of fuel. Mr. Speaker, there was a quote that I read from one Armstrong who said that the transport fares to look for daily bread in Ghana today is even bigger than the bread that they are looking for. So, Speaker, the situation is worse. Doing so has become the order of the day. With no end in sight, yet, Mr. Speaker, this government has not stated this as part of the item to be discussed. Mr. Speaker, this government has its priorities misaligned. There are more pressing and urgent issues that requires the government's immediate attention than what has been slated on the other paper. So, Speaker, I thank you.
Abusia, I didn't some two dra ewie e ho na eye Afenyo Martins, Alexander Afenyo Martins, or also a majority leader, and also next summer or the two dra any Abusia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to address my colleagues. Mr. Speaker, the issues matter of this recall have been well, and I shall rely on same without more. Suffice to reiterate, Mr. Speaker, that the matters that have national importance and of public interest, the business of this House is not the bona fide of only the majority. It is the bona fide of the House. It comes therefore as a surprise to the Speaker that the minority leader sees certain matters as urgent to the national economy, yet he and his colleagues sleeping on the job have not found it necessary to raise these matters for us to consider. This is not about political rhetoric, but, Mr. Speaker, taking serious steps to address national issues. Perhaps, Mr. Speaker, on this recall, I need to remind the minority that within the last 2 months, government has paid contractors in excess of 6 billion cedis. I repeat, 6 billion cedis. These monies, Mr. Speaker, paid contractors have enabled them to get back to the roads. We know what is happening in our constituencies. We know that contractors are back to site. Roadworks are ongoing. We know that, Mr. Speaker, food inflation is not 48%. as the minority leader wanted to tell us. It is not 48%. Mr. Speaker, there we go. There we go. I listened to him quietly. Mr. Speaker, you know, I've always said that they are not Democrats. They are intolerant. We listen to the minority leader in silence. But when you are punching them, they can't take the point. We help you. I sat down. I took notes. And that is you. Speaker, food inflation is not 48%. Mr. Speaker, this government acknowledges that we have challenges in the economy. We didn't see COVID coming. Soon after COVID, we were not expecting a geopolitical situation that would disrupt the global economic.
Honorable Majority Leader, just a minute. Honorable Zaneto, I've seen you on your feet for some time now. What is amiss?
Mr. Speaker, I take some offense by the Majority Leader's statement, implying that the NDC caucus is not democratic or tolerant. I do not feel that if we have all become elected members in this House, which represents the entire country as the legislative arm, he should stand there and declare that our side is not democratic nor tolerant. And I think he should actually withdraw that statement.
Well, Majority Leader, your attention has been drawn to the use of some words which your colleague feels are inappropriate, to say the least. What do you say to that?
Mr. Speaker, I was stressing the point that they should tolerate divergent views. Mr. Speaker, the point was that when the minority leader was on his feet, we all kept quiet and listened to him. And it was my turn to also have my bite. But Mr. Speaker, Honorable Senator Ajiman Rollins, if how I put it is a problem, Mr. Speaker, it's only appropriate that same is withdrawn. Except to say that they should tolerate me. Mr. Speaker, by their fruit we are knowing. Mr. Speaker, must protect the majority leader when it's at the dispatch box.
Honorable members will specifically be calling names so that we don't use general words. When we hear a member that is intolerant, mention the name of the member. Then I can apply the necessary sanctions. Please.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, but before I proceed, let me make this application to the minority leader and his wits. That I have spoken to my colleagues that anytime you're on your feet, they should listen to you. And they did just that. It's becoming one too many, the way we get disruptions and all. So, leader, I am the leader of the House. No matter how you disagree, you listen to me first. Mr. Speaker, it is within my right to get it wrong, for them to entertain and tolerate. So they should be quiet and listen. So, Mr. Speaker, the point is that this recall is based on good faith. On the 20th of March, Mr. Speaker, you did say that we should reflect on the matters that occurred. In your conclusions, you called on us that it is time to reflect. And time to reflect, we've reflected, we've engaged.